Hello and welcome to my screen. This is as exciting as it's going to get today, but boy, what a time it's been in the online drama that is YouTube retro gaming. I'm not going to go into all the details. George Cropper, Funky Spectrum, has covered all of this far better. He's completely been on about it for a long time, and the two personalities involved, Top Hat Gaming Man and Lady Decade, are two people I don't get on with. I've always thought he was just a ridiculous character aimed at the American market who had no particular love for the material he was doing, and it turns out he wasn't even writing the material. And she seemed like, well, that initial appearance of, "Help me, I'm a lady gamer, please tell me what games I should play," seemed particularly risible when she was sitting in his studio, and it clearly was a way just to increase the revenue for their joint channels by recycling material. And of course, we've watched them down the years, and it's not been good, has it? The footage they ripped off before, their general behaviour, pretty horrible, and it's come to a head eventually. And you know, most of the top YouTube people, these people who are supposed to be the popular people, the people we all look up to, but we all know don't really have any love for what they're doing and are just trying to maximise the revenue. These people are sitting there mainly silent, and yeah, it's all pretty shameful in their, well, as we saw, they had their secret Illuminati retro forum. I'd always joked there was somewhere all these people must be hanging out together, and it turned out I was kind of right when George Cropper posted the screen grabs of the secret YouTube forum. But yeah, completely risible. Plastic gamers, most of them, all about enhancing the brand, protecting the brand, all very corporate. And kudos to Kim Justice for actually not only coming out on Twitter weeks ago and calling out Top Hat Gaming Man and Lady Decade, but also putting a video up today saying pretty much the same thing. Kim's one of the few people, I could count the genuine, proper gamers, the people with a love for it, and the people with a conscience on the top of the UK YouTube retro scene. I could count those people on one hand, and Kim would be my thumb, I think. I won't name the other people, but, you know, kudos to Kim for that. But the reason I wanted to get on the fireside today wasn't to complain about two grifters who finally got caught out. No, what I wanted to talk about was something I've been working on since August. And I thought, well, you know, this is all about revenue, isn't it? These channels, they're all about gearing themselves towards the maximum clicks for the money, which is why you're looking at this screen here. Because I've been running a little experiment, and I ran it through kind of part of August into September, where I'm, you know, as you'll know, ChinnyVision isn't monetized. I've never wanted to have adverts on the channel. I think it's ridiculous, and being interrupted and having, it's horrible. And I know some people like it for the extra cash, and that's fine. But I did a little experiment to say, hey, could ChinnyVision go full time? Of course it can't. I'm not doing that kind of content, but I wanted to see what kind of revenues it could make. So I actually monetized some old videos for a month just so I could get some stats on it. There were about 5 videos I monetized. They got 179 plays between them. I might be able to go in here. You can see my secret. I don't care if you see my secrets. What's secret? Let's dismiss that. And that's today's video. Actually, that's quite interesting, isn't it? That shows you, it's interesting how you get that boost from the algorithm. That's the top 10 games of 1984. See, it was kind of bumbling along, then it kind of got a bit of a boost from the algorithm, and then it's kind of just bumbling along again. And it might do that again. See, sometimes, I'm pointing at the screen here, my finger. You can't see my finger. Sometimes with the algorithm, that will happen again. But it's been quite nice to have a little bit of a boost. That video's up 8% on normal. 1,700 views. I've got 4 subscribers from it. That's all good. That's all good. But what I actually want is the fun analytics. There's my 28 days. And one, right, go away. says my most popular videos of the last 28 days. And actually, if I go to the last 90 days, because that's should have all my revenue. Oh, it says I've made 92p, so my sums might be slightly out. I thought I'd made 84p. Okay, well, my calculation's going to be a bit out then. That's the summer break there. But if... There it is. What have we got? Oh, I need... Audience, I need revenue. Revenue, there we go. Oh, right, okay, August. I might have had a bit of ons. Oh, there might... Oh, no, there might be a video still enabled for advertising. I've screwed this up, haven't I? I've completely messed... I'm going to have cough now. So I did have the COVID last week. So I'm still a bit meh. Yeah, so I took some old videos and just monetized them. So my figures I'm going to tell you are slightly out, but you can see this is how it all broke down. I'm just going to give you the 84p figure, ignore the extra 9p. So, ChinnyVision, if it was monetized for a month, I would make, I get 22,000 views a month, apparently. That would equate to £95 a month from advertising on 22,000 views. I could be slightly out there. We know I'm slightly out, in fact. So that's 22,000 views a month, and you get £95, £100 roughly, let's say. Now, ChinnyVision has Patreon. That's the main income. That money gets spent on the channel. A little bit kept. I get a little bit from it, but it pays for things like the Spectrum I've just bought in for a future video, the video cables for the Auric that was donated, stuff like that. Stuff I just kind of do. The FM radio and all this stuff generally gets, the FM radio and the multi-face that I've just reviewed on Patreon was another thing I bought in. So, there's money spent. I'm not going to pretend that there isn't profit at the end of it. I don't know how much. I don't keep an eye on these things. There's a little bit, but there is £272 a month. Tax has got to be paid on that as well. That's important to say because it's taxable income. And there's other things like the hosting as well, but and the Podbean account and the stuff for the podcast. I've just spent another subscription for the Zencaster. So it does get spent. And this is what the Patreon money enables. It's not... I know some people feel any kind of asking for money for the channel. I request support. I don't really ask for money. But they call it e-begging. And I think of it as... If you think of it as enabling, then it is enabling begging because that money just goes back in and makes the channel better. And I can do things like the podcast, which are relatively expensive to do for a small amount of listeners and no way of getting any money back from that. But it's the Patreon that enables that. There's other sources of income as well to ChinnyVision. The pens and the other bits and pieces. Apparently in the past year, there was 170, 170. Anyway, PayPal says there was £190 taken out. Let's say 190, it could be a 7. Which means ChinnyVision would make... actually, that figure's not right. I need to do some sums. Anyway, it's basically £272 a month, and then you can divide that £190. So it makes about 300, not even that, under £300 a month, which certainly you couldn't go full-time on. And if I was going full-time with advertising, it would still be under £400 a month, which is no way you could do that. And this is why these top YouTubers become so desperate in terms, and we can scroll down so you can see different bits here and the other videos perform. You can see how they angle the videos that they do, because even if you came into this with a love for what you are doing, you've got to keep the money rolling in. You need clicks. You need far more clicks than I'm getting in 28 days. You're going to need 10 times that. £95 to get £950 a month revenue, which is still not enough to live on. You need Patreon on top of that. You would need 10 times the viewers, realistically, than ChinnyVision gets. And you ain't going to get that on the kind of stuff that I'm doing here, which is the stuff that really, I do stuff that generally interests me. People put requests in for videos and stuff. And I look at it and go, I might do that. And I think sometimes, why would I do it? I've got to enjoy doing it. Now, I might start playing a game thinking I'm going to enjoy it, not, but it can be a slog, some of the multi-formats, but I mean, the MSX2, that's a wonderful system. Really enjoyed it. The My Arcade thing I got from B&M, just interesting to buy that off the shelf and see what it was. Okay, it was tat, but, and that's not really retro, but it's kind of sold, it's accessible retro gaming, isn't it? So that's done quite well in the last 28 days. Let's go to the last 365 days. Let's see what ChinnyVision does. Swiv, nice to see that doing well. Atari 78. You see, as soon as you hit the American market, you do better. A 7800 video, 4,883. That's quite good. But you'd need that to still be 5 times more popular if you're doing those kind of weekly videos than what I'm doing and what most of you guys who've got YouTube channels are doing. Because this isn't, you need those massive numbers to make this a viable thing, to be a full-time professional channel. And you're going to have to make so many compromises along the way, because you can't just say, oh, that obscure Mastertronic game, I'll do a video on that. You end up with, I mean, where am I? Just give me YouTube. Wireless keyboard's gone to sleep. So, Geigerpunk's got a new video out. You see, that's my Friday night sorted. A proper, genuine, nice guy, proper gamer, doing what the hell he wants. And he's talking about his arcade cabinet part 5. I don't think I've seen part 4 yet. Let's try. Let's see what he has. Oh, well, that's quite funny. The top result isn't him. Where is he? Is he? There he is with his 121,000 subscribers and 710 videos. Don't play him. Don't play him. We don't need to play him. It's not that many, really. I mean, it's not. Oh. You must play these Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That's no. I mean, 14,000 views isn't what he needs on these videos. The most sexiest game ever made. The most sexiest game ever made, Catfight. Bikini Babes, a weird adult. That's desperate stuff. It's just, who is this? Strip Fight. This is all since it all kicked off with him. And he's absolutely desperate for... If Ken Masters was a girl... Do a Howard's Way joke. It's a different world, isn't it, this tat? But there's stuff down here doing Simpsons 66,000 views. That's the numbers you need to be doing on this kind of thing. 156,000 there. But the thing is, as well, with these, there's a massive difference here between a video doing 156,000, then doing 16,000 there and 34,000 there. Those people aren't coming back for other videos. I mean, the one thing I can tell you from running a YouTube channel is the numbers are kind of fairly consistent. You know where the baseline is for ChinnyVision. The FM radio video at the weekend is the kind of thing I really enjoy doing, but it's never going to do well. Where's me? Where's me? Where's me? Where's my videos? Oh, you're going to see all the secret ones that haven't come out yet. Eek! There you go. Pause that. That's all your secret stuff that's coming out in the future. What do I just want to see my videos? Where can I see my videos? I just want my front page of my channel. God, you can see all these suggestions I get for the stuff I watch. You see. Yeah, we're all on Andy Pearman's channel watching Noel Edmonds stuff, aren't we? Ashen's another another real genuine gamer. Although his stuff is much, much broader, because he needs to make the money as well. He's a full-time YouTuber. He's interested in stuff like Spectrum and Amstrad games, but he's got to have a much broader channel than that, because no one wants to watch Amstrad and Spectrum games. I'm sorry. Much as we love it. Oh, that's Mr. PSB's fault. Apparently I'm interested in locomotives. And I've been watching British wrestling as well on here. Right, look, where's my bleeding thing gone? My videos. No. Was that the one? Hello. Oh, no, it's gone again. This is such a fascinating video to watch. I don't care anyway. Right, look, let's just scroll down here. Oh, these are the... Where's the release dates? You can see my likes and dislikes as well. So all the secrets are coming out today. I don't care what you see. Right, look, see. Top selling games 1984 is only on 2000 apparently. Commodore 64 video, FM radio 1259, because that's your kind of baseline. Turbo the Tortoise, which was last Thursday's video, 1719. The Route Planner video touching 2000 now. WWF WrestleMania. That's interesting. I would have thought WWF would have been a good subject for a video. It has done 1739. This is the only place you see your likes and dislikes now. You can see that's out on Patreon, so 49 people have watched that, and there's been one comment. Sometimes people say, Chinny, why have your videos already got about 50 views on them when they come out? Are you buying views or something? It's like, no, it's the Patreon people. They've seen the video first, and then it gets turned from unlisted into public, so there'll be comments there and views. So you can see where you kind of baseline. Ninja Warriors, wow. 4,184. You can't predict this stuff. It's a big arcade game, I suppose. And there you go, seeing all the other videos that are ready. We got all the stuff ready. Super Nudge 2000, 750cc Grand Prix, the Duck 3D Grand Prix, a Patreon exclusive video there. Beyond the Ice Palace is coming up soon. All the secret stuff. You see, Mr. Angry, another game that didn't do hugely well, went up on July the 7th, 1730, which is the same as Turbo the Tortoise has done in 2 weeks. So you can't predict this stuff, but, I'm not having to compromise what I do. I just do it, and that's fine. The only thought I give to this stuff is I like to try and have one big multi-format game a month, because that seems to be what people like. But you can't go doing Batman every week, a big ocean game every week, because it takes a long time, and, you've got to do a lot of work for it. So you want to do kind of a Mastertronic quickie. We're doing a Zeppelin game at the moment, do a little 3-format, 4-format thing. Then you do your big 6-7 format games. But, yeah, I mean, that's the kind of background of ChinnyVision. That's why I could never go full-time. And the reason for me doing this video, if you're still with me, is because it cropped up again on that secret Discord. That I saw the very person on those screenshots who said to me a long time ago, oh, well, you want to be a professional YouTuber, don't you? And I just thought, as he said that to me, I thought, have you watched my channel? Don't equate production values with being professional, a professional channel, because the stuff I'm doing is never in a million years going to have that appeal. You might get 1 or 2 games that go a bit nuts, a bit busier, especially if there's American appeal on there. Outrun, that kind of stuff. Of course that's going to happen. But me playing with Ninja Commando by bleeding Zeppelin, not a hope in hell. I'm just interested in that game because it's a very late Atari 8-bit budget release. That's why I'm covering it, because I am interested in it, because I want to do it. That's never going to be commercially successful. It doesn't need to be commercially successful. As long as the ChinnyVision viewers like it, That's fine. That's what interests me. That's what keeps me going on this channel, not looking at every bleeding video and going, oh, right, okay, well, I need 20,000 views on that for the clicks because otherwise I'm not going to pay my gas bill next month. I've got a bleeding job. I edit, produce videos for a living. This is a side. This is more work in the evenings, but I do it because I enjoy sharing my computer stuff with people. And by God, yeah, I say this so often, I'm sorry, but in the mid-90s, there were so few of us using this hardware, playing these games on Usenet and stuff like that, going to NVG and downloading games, because that's the only place you could get them. For the Spectrum and Amstrad, I can't remember where I used to get stuff for the 64. There was clearly other FTP sites, but ftp.nvg.unit.no/pub and all the rest of it is burned into my brain as being able to way of downloading my Amstrad and Spectrum games years before World of Spectrum and all that. And I'm just grateful that there are people around who've come back to the hobby who were there all along, are gathering together to enjoy this stuff. And I tell you what, I tell you one bleeding thing about all of this. I will be around and you will be around while all these 2-bit grifters have gone off to something else because it's more profitable, because they don't give a damn about these systems. It's just a means to an end. And there's a whole load of them. You saw a load of them in that chat. These so-called professional blooming YouTubers. And I can tell you, as I say, I can count on the fingers of and thumb of one hand, basically, who are the good guys at the top of the UK retro scene. The genuine gamers, the people who still be playing this stuff in 10 years' time. The people who own these systems and actually care about them, who will still be playing sensible soccer, who will still be using their Amstrads in the future. And I can tell you which ones will be selling off, desperately trying to sell off all their Sega and Nintendo games the second the market starts to drop, because these aren't things they want to own. These are investments. These are just blooming props for their stupid man cave backgrounds. And it just drives me nuts. And we can't get rid of them. We can't do anything about it. It's just because there's loads of money in the retro scene at the moment. But as we saw on eBay the other week, the bottom is beginning to fall out the market. And what I say is good, because you and I are going to be able to go out and buy a Spectrum at a decent rate now without these blooming idiots pushing the price. And I'm guilty of pushing prices up, because if I do a video about something, clearly it's going to, if there's only 5 Oryx on eBay on a given weekend and I'm doing a video about an Oryx at the moment, then people might go on and start trying to buy Oryx. That's going to temporarily push the price up. But, I'm small beans in the grand scheme of things. A channel with 8,158 subscribers. God, I never thought I'd get near that. I thought it was going to be 100 people, 50 views a video, and a thing I did for 6 months before I got bored of it. And yet I'm privileged enough to be able to share my passion and my hobby with you. And it is my passion and my hobby. It's the machines I love and the ST. I'm not editing that out. It's the machines I love and the ST. And, I'm not going to start doing NES. There's the money. There's your bleeding money. Your stupid Nintendo bloody shoebox and bleeding plumbers. I got no connection with that stuff. How can I possibly talk about it? Other than one friend had a NES, and I went around his house and played Mario and Turtles. And when I did Turtles, I mentioned the NES version because I'd played it. I had some kind of connection to it. I got no bleeding connection with, Super Mario, whatever. SNES, that's different. A lot more of those around. I had mates with them, got to play them, but yeah. Do stuff you're interested in, do stuff you've got a connection with, and just, for you guys, just watch the people you think and support the people who you think are genuine, who actually love it. Like we saw Geigerpunk. Tiny channel deserves your support, and I will always tweet, and follow me on Twitter. I will always tweet out the people that I'm genuinely watching and supporting and kind of wanting to help, because they are the good guys. They are the good guys. But hey, you've heard enough from me. This has been incoherent. I may have been a bit ranty at the end, so sorry about that. But yeah, my message is support the good people and those plastic people at the top who just won't even say anything about Lady Decade and Top Hat Gaming Man because they want to be in the green room with them at the next Play gaming convention. They can go to hell with their stupid hats and backgrounds and God knows what. Don't care about them. Get out of our hobby. We're going to be here. We're going to be here when you're long gone.